Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a super urgent alert coming straight from AJ World News, and it's all about an immediate, high-stakes military standoff between the United States and Iran. You know, when huge geopolitical news breaks, it is so easy to get lost in all the noise, right? So we're going to cut through that and look strictly at the source material. We'll figure out exactly what's being threatened, the timeline we're looking at, and the specific conditions that could trigger a major event.
Now, just think about the absolute gravity of these two little words. According to the report, Donald Trump stated that Iran would be hit very hard. That phrasing right there, it immediately sets a seriously intense stage. I mean, we aren't talking about your typical vague diplomatic speak here. This is a direct, forceful descriptor telling us exactly what kind of heavy military posture is actually being weighed behind closed doors right now.
Moving into Section 1, a potential weekend strike, the threat and the timeline.
So the source actually headlines with this specific, really pointed question. And what you really need to take away from this is just how rapidly the window for action is narrowing. We're not talking about some theoretical event happening months down the road. No, the source text ties this potential strike directly to the immediate future, literally narrowing the window to this weekend.
Which brings us to Section 2, the final go-ahead, the hesitation. Okay, so here is the crucial point. This whole situation, it is strictly conditional. A final go-ahead is basically the ultimate permission you need before a strike can actually kick off. And the reports explicitly state that Donald Trump is yet to give the final go-ahead for these possible weekend strikes. So the intent is absolutely there, the timeline is immediate, but that ultimate green light, yeah, it's still pending. Let's look at the exact sequence of how this standoff could actually unfold, based purely on what's being reported. It's a pretty stark, logical flow. Step 1, the final go-ahead is given. Step 2, the U.S. strikes Iran very hard. And Step 3, Tehran retaliates. Laying it out like this really shows you how incredibly fast a single administrative decision can just snowball into a multi-step geopolitical conflict.
On to Section 3, Iran's warning to retaliate, the promised reaction. When we place these two stated intentions side by side neutrally, we can really clearly see the action-reaction loop that's defining this entire flashpoint. On one hand, you've got the U.S. poised to strike very hard, and on the other, you have Tehran's promised reaction. They will retaliate. It's a super precarious balance, isn't it? One side's action virtually guaranteeing a reaction from the other. Let's look a little closer at the exact phrasing from AJ World News here. The text is explicitly clear about Iran's boundary. It says Tehran has warned it will retaliate if attacked. Now, the absolute key word there is if. Their warning to strike back is completely conditional on being attacked first. They're essentially drawing a firm line in the sand, directly responding to the threat of those potential weekend strikes we just talked about. And well, that brings us to the ultimate unknown, and what I want to leave you to ponder today. The stakes are set, the timeline is immediate, and the warnings from both sides have been crystal clearly issued. But as our source material reveals, this entire high-stakes chain of events hangs completely in the balance, just waiting to see if that singular final approval actually happens. So, what do you think comes next?